Hello and welcome back to the cutting mat. Today I'm going to be showing you the GW Arcane ruins. These for me are some of the best bits of terrain that GW put out. Other than the mighty fortress, I think this sits really well on a fantasy battlefield. You want to have your castle, you want to have your river, you want to have your road, but you also want to have that idea that everything is not quite fine. Something's going on, something a bit creepy is happening, and for me this really fills and exemplifies that role in the terrain. So it's, as you can see, sort of an undead or dark magic type sacrificial temple. It's sculpted very simply, quite blocky, but it really sits there and tells you what it is. You know that something not good was going on here, and maybe this is an objective, maybe this is just something that sits in the background whilst you scrap over a different sort of point on the battlefield, but it just lends that eeriness that I think GW really asks for, that fantasy world really asks for. So I picked this up off eBay. I'm really pleased with it, and if you are thinking of picking it up, then I do recommend. I'll just see if I can get that to focus. It comes with 3 of these cross pieces. And they're all identical, I believe. And then there's 6 uprights that are fully intact. Very sort of Conan, Ray Harryhausen type influences on these. There's also and these are all identical, but I'll show you them all the same. There's also the main obelisk that sits in the centre. If that will focus, that would be good. There we go. Again, nothing too fancy, but quite intimidating. Sort of sits there as something worth noticing, even if it's just on the sidelines. I really like it. I've base coated in grey, dry brushed in lighter grey, and it's got a airbrush of Nuln Oil over the top. So I'll put a few more washes, a few more highlights on this. But yeah, I really like it, and I really like the chunkiness of it. Like, you could feel, even though it's quite thin, it has a presence. It sits there and it knows what it is, and I like that a lot. So I'm glad to have been able to pick this up. I played a game of Age of Sigmar where this was one of the centre objectives, and I had a really cool picture of an ogre in the middle, sort of marking the capture of the objective, and that was my my victory sort of photo from the session. But it did sort of stick with me that yes, I do want to pick this up, and I'm glad to have it and to be able to paint it. It shouldn't be too much trouble. Like I say, a few more airbrushes of some washes and some dry brushing on top of that, and it should come up quite nicely. So I'll do a follow-up video just showing what this looks like. Hopefully before then I'll have the fully finished Undead Army follow-up video, just to see what that looks like in total as well. But yeah, really pleased with it, and if you're looking for it on eBay, then I do recommend. It's a nice piece of kit. So until next time, I will see you again at the cutting mat. Goodbye.